Hi everybody, I'm Andy Murray from WhatCulture.com.
And I'm Adam Nicholas from WhatCulture.com.
And please remember you can listen to all these news videos as podcasts. Can't quite remember the spiel that Wilborn does, so I don't know, Google it maybe?
Definitely Google it.
Yeah,
What
you'll
Culture
find it.
Podcast in the Google search.
You'll be alright.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Wilborn, I wish he was here to do all that. Never mind. We got news for you today coming up regarding Drew McIntyre's return to Monday Night Raw.
We've got a backstage update on the relationship between WWE and Fox.
Roman Reigns potentially injured on WWE's Australian house tour.
And the Firefly Funhouse is no longer burned down.
This is the news.
That's the one.
No, that's the graph. Hang on. This is the news.
There we go, that's spicy.
There you go.
That's a little bit spicier.
Go,
In the
that's
absence of the great sick man Adam Wilborn, gonna kick things off with a little story concerning last night's Raw. If you're paying attention to the, I don't know, one occasion that the Cleveland crowd made some noise, it was during the King's Court segment with Jerry Lawler and Rusev, cuckery abound, all kinds of stuff going on there. Anyway, as this thing was going on, there were what chants in Cleveland? What? You know how it goes. If you've been watching wrestling for 5 minutes, you understand where these things came from and what they mean. Didn't go down too well with a lot of people. Rusev shut them down quite casually. In fact, he just went, come on, guys. Jerry Lawler's a Hall of Famer. Shut the heck. He didn't say shut up, but you know, internally, he's probably thinking that.
He meant with his eyes.
Yeah,
with his eyes.
Body language was there. Looking nice in his V-neck t-shirt.
Yeah, he was.
Slick. He wasn't the only guy to get a little bit spicy, though, because the WWE on Fox Twitter account actually kind of got into it a little bit. Now, they've since deleted these tweets, but as the what chants were going down, they tweeted, can we stop the what chants? It's no longer 2001, XOXO at WWE on Fox. And they also tweeted shortly afterwards saying, we saw people chanting it to Angelo Dawkins as he said goodbye to WWE NXT, and now to a Hall of Famer, I'm not sure why they did that to it, on Raw. That's not a sign of rebellion, it's a sign of disrespect. Now back to Raw, and again, they've deleted these things, but it's quite interesting that SmackDown's network is coming in and telling the USA Network fans what the hell to do.
It's an odd move. Interesting to delete the tweets.
Yeah.
The immediate panic, I'm sure the backlash probably wasn't great for those tweets at all. And also, maybe the first misstep in what has actually been quite a good little Twitter account, in fairness.
Yeah.
It's almost like
decent.
Twitter had gone to their heads or something, possibly.
Yeah, maybe they've gone rogue.
They've gotten the power. To be fair, though, it's interesting that they're going to try and, like, why would you try and shut that down? It's impossible. They're just going to do it more now, surely.
If you poke the bear's going to, I don't know, rip your arm off. Like, that's how the saying goes, isn't
That's
it?
exactly how the saying goes. Poke the bear will take your limbs.
And eat your eye. The thing with these, like, what chants is that, yes, they are kind of annoying, right? I mean, it's been, like, almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
You know, they can derail a segment, they can throw performers off their game. Sometimes people like Alexa Bliss and just shut them down completely and cut them up to pieces. Stephanie McMahon's another one who's done it well in the past, despite being Stephanie McMahon. But at the same time, is the onus not on the company to provide quality programming that doesn't bore people into wanting to do what chants? I honestly don't know the answer to that. I think there's a balance.
It's difficult because sometimes you get it even during good segments, don't you?
Yeah,
Because
you
fans
do.
get excited and what have you. It kind of puts the pressure on those performers who aren't great at promos, but also if you're good at promos, then you should be able to find your way around that, I guess, and shut it down. Yeah, it's not exactly ideal.
Yeah, either way, weird that Fox have kind of gotten a bit spicy, a bit salty.
Not good stuff at all. But there was some good things happening on Monday Night Raw as well last night, and one of them was the return of Drew McIntyre, who has, of course, been out for several months due to, as we're told, minor surgery on an injury that was minor. Undisclosed, not really specified, truth be told. We did try to find it. Apparently, it's been kept fairly under wraps. But fortunately, it doesn't matter because he's back. He has been out, hasn't wrestled since August, I believe, and returned last night to Monday Night Raw, but with a purpose because he was the last member to be announced for Team Flair at the Team Flair versus Team Hogan match that's going to take place at Crown Jewel on October the 31st. So a good inclusion, a good pick, undoubtedly. And he came back and had a match last night against Ricochet, who's obviously a member of Team Hogan, and absolutely flattened him at the end of the match with a Claymore kick that's obviously been waiting for a couple of months to come out. Damn it, I've missed this.
Yeah,
I have missed the Claymore kick. And obviously Ricochet's selling was fantastic.
Was really tremendous.
Yeah.
He fairly battered Ricochet in that match, didn't he? He threw him around, like your favourite phrase.
Like an empty tracksuit.
He most certainly did. It was really good stuff. Good long match. I think it was like 18 minutes as well. Both guys looked really solid. Drew obviously is like a big, bulky, bruising dude. Put him up against a guy who can bump and sell like crazy, and he's always going to look like $1 million. Of course, that doesn't detract from Drew himself. It's nice to see my slightly less attractive countryman back in action. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. Obviously, the Hogan Flair match is a bit silly and all this stuff, but yeah, it's a nice endorsement having a 16-time world champion go, I picked this guy as my last guy, slap, elbow drop a jacket.
It's a nice, easy launching pad for him as well, isn't it? Because if it's going to be like a 10-man match, then he's not going to have to do too much. He's not going to, I mean, I realise he has just wrestled an 18-minute match with Ricochet, so it's not like he's not in good health. But obviously, precautions and stuff, you don't want him getting injured again.
Yeah.
Just come back.
Take it easy. Clint Veazey. All right, so our next story of the day concerns the working relationship between WWE and Fox. Back in December 2018, there were reports going around that when SmackDown came to Fox, the network would demand roughly 3.3 million viewers, 3 to 3.3 million viewers every single week. That hasn't quite happened yet. So the debut episode, obviously, it had The Rock on it, it had all this excitement, it had Kofi versus Brock, it had Kane, it had Tyson Fury, drew 3.86 million on average across both hours. That has since fallen in week 3 to 2.441 million, and now we're at a point where SmackDown's viewership is basically very close to what it was on USA, which isn't good. That's not good at all, no matter how you might want to spin that. However, this hasn't led to any kind of tension between Fox and WWE, according to the Wrestling Observer. They are reporting today that Fox are still very much in Team WWE. They're still very much behind them. And honestly, after 3 weeks, despite the, pretty disappointing viewership, that is hardly a major surprise.
No, I don't think so. And I think it's a long-term project for them, I guess. And really, I mean, the amount of time and effort they're putting into WWE and trying to promote them and stuff, I think they're probably seeing the benefit. Like, there's been a lot of wrestling fans are an ardent bunch. They're rather good when you get them on your side. And I just feel like there is definitely benefits to be had. It might not be an immediate thing. It's tough with the TV ratings, isn't it? Because you had let's call it nearly 4 million, I guess, if you want 3.86, and then you're dropping to nearly 2 million. It's a noticeable change, but I mean, it was the debut episode.
There was always going to be something of a drop off from episode 1 to episode 2 to episode 3, and now the kind of like the big things, the gimmick shows, the debut and the draft are out of the way. You kind of have to settle into a groove. I've been pretty surprised by the steepness of that decline. Quite a lot of drop off there. But as always, the solution to this is quality programming.
I think so. I think that's
hoping they can serve that.
The hand has got to be on that, hasn't it? Because how many times have we seen it in the past? We just want good stuff, and we promise we will come back.
Solution to everything in life, really, isn't it? Just don't suck.
Just don't suck.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Unless you're a Hoover, in which case you stop sucking, you'd be quite useless. So. Let's move on.
I was curious to see what little road we're going to go down there. But speaking of things that suck, Roman Reigns may well be injured because on last night he was in a match. He was in a cage match. Obviously, always where good injuries come from. With Daniel Bryan, and they were taking on Eric Rowan and Luke Harper in the main event of a house show in Sydney, Australia. Unfortunately, now take it with a pinch of salt, I guess, because technically it could just be good selling from Roman Reigns and good acting. But Lords of Pain are reporting that perhaps Roman Reigns was injured last night at this house show. Essentially, there was a nasty bump where he came through the ropes and he got smashed between the ropes and the cage. And Reigns was not looking great after the match and was kind of taken to the back like a dog, like a horse, you just said there.
Like Old Yeller.
And just Old Yeller in the back there. No confirmed reports from WWE or anywhere else yet, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that's nothing serious, because we like the big dog. We don't want to see him injured, and it's nice to have him back, and he's been a good presence, and now you think with the brand split happening, he's going to be a key figure to play in that, so fingers crossed he's not completely crocked.
Yeah, he's one of the marquee guys on SmackDown, particularly after the draft. Everyone here, I think, in WhatCulture HQ is a big fan of the big dog. Really hope he isn't injured. Love watching him on TV.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and I'm enjoying this
little
romance with Daniel Bryan as well.
It's really weird, but it's really
odd
cool.
Couple good though, I think. It's kind of weird.
They need a tag team though. They need a Graveyard Dogs-esque tag team. If you got any suggestions for that, hit us in the comment section. The best one I've heard so far.
That comment. Go on.
Best one I've heard so far is the vegan hot dogs. It's a bit weird, but
the vegan hot dogs.
If you got a better one.
WWE leaning into that as well, can't you?
Give us some content,
Good Lord.
please.
Yes. Anything that's better than vegan hot dogs.
Speaking of things that are better than vegan hot dogs, the Firefly Funhouse is back. only 11 days after Seth Rollins burned it down, which makes him probably the least effective arsonist since Guy Fawkes. It's back. It's going to be on SmackDown. WWE announced this last night. Bray Wyatt's reviving his thing 11 days after it was burned down. So, what's going on? Like,
are we going to get some really cheesy over the top, like he's in the burnt remains of the Firefly Funhouse? I really, really hope not. Listen, I hope that God, Bray has learned his lessons from last time with Randy Orton. I hope he was insured through the wazoo on the Firefly Funhouse, and I hope that he just bought himself a new one with all that money. That's exactly what I'd like to see. That was the logic I want to apply to this scenario, because there was no logic applied elsewhere, and burn it down. It was not good for anybody, really, was it?
No, it was something else. I would quite like this feud, if it has indeed now jumped the shark, to just go full moron, right? So you've burned down a funhouse.
Right.
On SmackDown, Bray should debut a treehouse, right? Seth's gonna burn that down at some point as well. And from that point, he goes to a greenhouse. When he burns down the greenhouse, is that even possible? I don't know. We move on to a dollhouse, and there's all kinds of other houses you can incorporate from there.
Name 3 more.
No.
Come on.
Summer house.
Summer house.
A terraced house. the Firefly terraced house.
One more, go on.
And a horror house.
That delivered much better than I was hoping it was going to.
That might not go down too well in the PG era, but, Paul Heyman is in the helm of Raw now, so, anything's possible.
Shall we do some Twitter questions?
Yeah, let's get the hell away from this content.
Roadhouse.
Stick on. That would have been the better option, wouldn't it? Halfway house. Yeah. Let's go to Twitter questions. The first one comes from Philip Bryce Hoffman.
Hello, Philip.
Who asks, Seth Rollins was looking kinda heelish in his match with Umberto. Do you think that they are going to do a slow turn like they did with Bayley?
Anything that isn't current Seth is probably my answer there. Umberto Carrillo, by the way, shout out to him. Yeah. Our boy. We loved watching him on NXT.
Dressed like a gimp ninja backstage earlier. That was weird, wasn't it?
Gimp ninja? Oh, that's definitely going to become his gimmick, isn't
Power
it?
Rangers.
Seth is much better suited as a heel, and everybody's hating on him anyway at the moment because he's got that presence.
Yeah.
Because he's in the big leagues and Kenny Omega's in the minor leagues. Shut up, Seth. Just become a heel again and just lead into it.
Do the laugh.
I would like that. What about you? Would you want him back?
Yeah, totally. Like, I want him doing that stupid laugh, and like, it just feels like a natural move. I do feel like crowd reactions have soured a little bit on him. I don't think he's been a noticeable needle mover in any regard as a top babyface champion. So why not? Why not flip the alignment? And then, of course, the problem needs to becomes you need to find a top babyface for him to face if he remains WWE champion and so forth, Universal champion. But could be an interesting direction for him. And he was looking a little bit more heelish last night.
Absolutely.
Second question, sticking with Seth Rollins, Broken Angela Dom asks, is it just me or did Seth Rollins' ego explode the moment Jon Moxley's Talk Is Jericho podcast was released? Do you think he was given his main event push due to staying 100% loyal to Vince and WWE?
I think he was already on that path. What I've noticed about Seth Rollins is, we discussed this on WhatCulture last week, is that I think he'll do anything to keep that belt. Seth likes the idea of being the top guy of the company, the face of the company, the go-to guy when they need a home run. He's obviously said all the right things. I say the right things, I mean the right things possibly in the eyes of the company. The exact wrong things. Roman Reigns managed to do this without being that guy.
When he was coming off like a child,
like his child who's really gotten to and really upset. I don't know if it's his ego, I think it's his insecurity and his fragility has come on show massively since Ambrose just came out and highlighted a bunch of things that are wrong with the product, and I think that Seth Rollins really is struggling to handle. He wants to be at the top, and he seems to be struggling to handle life up there. Yeah,
I completely agree with absolutely all of that. I think that since Moxley came through and kind of poked his armor a little bit, the insecurity and the gotten-to-ness of him has just come out 100%.
And I think it's the fact that wasn't even a jibe. He's almost taken it as if it was a jibe at him, but it wasn't. It was a jibe at WWE. It's not a personal attack, and yet he feels the need to.
And it is, that way. He wants to be a loyal company guy, and he's sticking up for his side and all this stuff, which is fine. Like it's great and all that stuff.
There's a way of doing it though.
But there is.
And this isn't it at all. Not even close.
Don't be petulant. Don't punch down is the big thing. You just come off like a silly little bully. Last question comes from David S. Pumpkins.
Hello, David.
Who asks, This is a good question. This, if you were going down a dark alley and you could have any 3 current WWE or NXT wrestlers at your back, who are you thinking? He says obviously Sin Cara, the hardest man in wrestling, is number 1.
Good shout.
And then he suggests Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe, Aleister Black.
That's 4 people, but I'll take 3. Okay. I would definitely. Sin Cara's a good shout.
Yeah.
Depends what we're going down this dark alley to do, isn't it? I guess we're going to go down the premise that we're going into a fight and I need backup.
Yeah.
I'm going to take with me. Who am I going to take with me? I'm just going to be very bland and boring and pick all the big guys you can imagine. I'll take Braun. I'll tell you what, I'll take Cain Velasquez. He must be on the cards now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll probably take, you know what it is, I'll take Sin Cara as well.
Yeah.
Because in a real fight, that man has knocked out more people in WWE than Tyson Fury has in his boxing career.
Smashed Simon Gotcha for Coke can, didn't he? He's an absolute psychopath. Yeah, like you say, it does depend what you...
I love the tapped into that on WWE TV.
Like,
the real shooter Sin Cara.
It's the best.
It is.
Yeah, like you say, it depends what you're going down that dark alley to do. If it's a fight, is a very different answer to if you're going down to, I don't know, have a nice game of Skittles or whatever. If I'm going to play Skittles, I want the friendliest dudes. I want the nicest guys. So I'll probably take Sin Cara anyway, because you need someone to stand around in case any big bad bullies come and try and spoil your game of Skittles. But
big fan of it.
You know, give me some earnest, nice dudes. Give me Ali. Seems like a stand-up look, lovely guy.
It's gonna have to be. We're playing Skittles.
Exactly, and babyface Daniel Bryan. If it's a fight, I mean, Brock Lesnar could tear the arm off any man and knock them unconscious. However, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's go for Bobo Lashley because he's massive. That's not really mixing things up.
Nope.
It's the same goddamn answer. And
different guy though, different guy.
Yeah, it's Shayna Baszler because she's the most intimidating person in the whole company, apart from Coke Can Cara.
Coke Can Cara.
Anyway,
I've got a really good hand finally for you here.
Sure, you whap it out.
Really good. I'll get the hand finally out first. Let's have a look, see if I can find it. Yeah, I should have really done this while you were talking.
That's all right. I can talk about
incredibly, right? So this came from Reddit Squared Circle today, and has typically disappeared.
Good.
Oh, there it is. Right. So we've all seen recently that WWE 2K20 has not exactly been superbly well received by the gaming community so far. Maybe rightly so. We have a little clip for you here from WWE 2K20, and it is basically entitled on Reddit from the user who is, let's hope it wasn't him actually, /AJ Styles BC, who says, ladies and gentlemen, WWE 2K20. Andy Murray, what do you think of this? We're there. Oh, go on, you can do it.
What? What?
Come on.
What's going on?
Don't let me down yet.
What is this? What? Oh my! Is this the certificate 18?
I hope it is, because there's going to be a lot of families who are going to be upset. What is that? That is like I've seen games go. I've seen the one with the referee, you know, from the old game where his thumb goes all the way around.
Yeah.
That is next level.
That's worse than Bianca Belair's robot hair, isn't it?
Square hair. I mean, I'm not a video game developer. I'm not a video game creator. But come on, guys, what is that? Lots of stuff going. Happy to be the referee, I suppose, and he's having a good time there.
Yeah, digital referee getting his pixelated fun. Yeah. Oh God.
Shall we wrap this up now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh my God.
Thank you for joining this news video sponsored by WWE 2K20. Absolutely not sponsored by WWE 2K20, but that video was pretty good. I've been Andy Murray. You can follow us on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. Send us your Twitter questions at the thing I've just said. You can follow Adam Nicholas at...
You can tell Adam Wilborn usually leaves this, can't you?
Yeah.
You can follow Adam Nicholas at It's Adam Nicholas. You can follow Andy Murray at...
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for... Humberto. There we go.
There it is.
Bye!
I get it.
I love it when the wheels come off.